Hopefully we've got some new people. Hello everyone, good evening to not the ABC of Paranormal Hauntings, just the, what did you call it? The
Q&A of spooky time with Anne and Renata.
Spooky time?
Spooky time?
Spooky
Sounds like
time.
special time with Anne and Renata.
No happy endings here, I'm sorry. Oh, we're talking to no one at the moment.
So we're talking to 7 people.
Hello,
on.
7 people.
Welcome.
Hi, Ivy. Hi, Kat.
We're just in shock after this morning's events.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, Maya.
We have been inundated with beautiful people who are calling out for help. And we will endeavour to help them. We will go into that a little bit more detail shortly.
Hi, Vicky. Hi, Leslie.
We're just going to wait till a few more people
Craig.
come on. Now that we're such superstars.
Hi, Kerry. Hi, Rochelle.
So, excuse the hysterical notes in my voice.
Hello, Andrew.
We knew Kyle and Jackie O were huge. We absolutely knew that, but we weren't expecting probably the flow on that's come from it. I suppose we should have realised.
Hi, Danielle. Our Irish correspondent.
Yes.
Hi, Danielle, our Irish correspondent. Can we come over now?
Yes.
Please.
Well, no, we're in the UK papers now as well. For those who don't know, we were on the Kyle and Jackie O show this morning, and we finally got the chance to reveal our evidence to them. And we ourselves were shocked at how much came through in the 20 to 30 minutes we're in each of their houses. We're not going to be revealing anything else other than what you guys heard this morning, and we respect their privacy and won't be putting up any extra photos or anything from their houses. That's just who we are. We don't like to do that sort of thing. I think they've got hard enough a life as it is in the public eye without us adding to their issues, especially after we've seen what's happened. So we've had the internet sort of go a bit crazy, and we've already turned up in the Daily Mail in the United Kingdom as Anne Rekovich and Renata Daniel reporting that at Jackie O's...
On the
terrifying, confirming a haunting of her $11 million house.
With pictures of the house and pictures of a daughter, and you think...
None of that came from us.
Hold on, what about privacy? Oh, Jesus.
And they had some photos that were off our personal accounts too, which threw me a little bit.
And look, a little bit of a backstory.
Oh, thank you. It's good, isn't it? I got this from JJ, so $25. So I bought one for a birthday.
Yeah.
Which is today.
I've got my Black Dog t-shirt on at the moment, and I'll talk about Black Dog Institute. I'll talk about that in a minute. But just a little bit of a backstory. The whole Kyle and Jackie O thing is a bit of a flash in the pan. We're very, very lucky that they took the whole...
I think we're right place at the right time.
It was the right place at the right time with the right people reaching out.
Yeah.
And because Halloween is coming up, I think they took it on as the right thing at the moment. We were literally in their houses for a split second. We didn't even have enough time to really orientate ourselves. And then it was, bam, do whatever you need to do and get out. So the whole process must have lasted for an hour.
Yep, for both. That's including both houses.
Getting from one house to another.
Those who are paranormal investigators know that you would normally be in a location for a minimum of 3 hours, if not a lot more.
Yeah. So we were very lucky that the whole thing was videoed. Not by us, not by anyone associated with us. They were people from the...
They're security guards that they sent in to... Because obviously they're...
stealing anything.
Yeah, so they sent their security guard, and we handed the camera over to the security guard and said, you film any gadgets that are going off. We're not interested in filming the house or anything like that. We just need, if any gadgets go off... And I'm really glad we did, because when we got that EVP... we had the video footage which showed you were standing very still, so it wasn't any contamination, and that EVP was not on the digital recorder.
Yeah. And they did cut the EVP short.
Yeah, they actually clipped the front end of it so you couldn't hear it properly. We are trying to get permission that we might be able to show that or play that EVP properly, because we can't do anything without permission. It's all theirs. So, and that's fine. It is what it is, and we had the best time. And I have to say, they were just beautiful. Their whole team just were such happy, bright. There's so much laughter in there, and Kyle and Jackie O themselves were.
They treated us really, really well.
Oh wow!
Really
we felt like we were part of the family. It was, and they were so into it. Oh, that made me so happy.
Yeah, it was really good. So from us specifically, and I know Anne mentioned this earlier on, we really, really want to thank everyone for their beautiful congratulations and for their messages of support, which has been so wonderful all day to get those. We did get called Australia's half paranormal.
We had one hater.
By one person.
One hater. You can't win it. I don't care.
Oh my God.
The thing was, we didn't get paid to do what we do, and we don't ask people for money when we investigate to help them with problems. So I don't know where he got that from, but you know.
So that was it's probably the first thing that came into his mind.
Got to have a hater.
So yeah, that was really funny. But other than that, all the messages and everything have been fantastic. And then lo and behold, this afternoon, our gorgeous Christy found that the whole thing had gone to the UK. But this is a point that we want to talk about on how easily things can get changed and manipulated in the news, and how all the words and everything get jumbled up, and what you say comes out completely differently.
I'll give them the heading.
And yeah, the intention is like, what? Like, we never said that, and that was never part of what the whole thing was about.
All right, so it's now on the Daily Mail UK, and it goes, paranormal investigators confirm Jackie O. Henderson's $11 million mansion in Wallara is haunted by a child ghost named Veronica.
That's not the terror one, though.
No. That was the Kiss guys that put that up. Paranormal investigators confirm the terrifying haunting on Jackie O's staircase.
I know, right?
She likes to play on the stairs. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
I feel sorry for Jackie, because she has to go home to that house. And really, it was a great energy in the house. It felt really good. But then sometimes we forget the normals don't react to nice ghosts like we do.
No. They need that. No, that's not saucy enough. So they need something.
Hi, Sarah.
That says horror,
Hi, Edie.
Terror, fear, all those great words that spark emotion. They need that. Otherwise, it'll go to page 15 or something or other, or who knows.
Oh, did it make it to the front page?
No, I don't know where it went. I don't know.
Depends if Donald Trump said anything today.
But it's really hilarious to be in the thick of this, because it's just like, yeah, right. But the whole experience with Kyle and Jackie O was really nice. It was. Nice. Can't say enough good words about them. And I know that they're not always, especially Kyle, has his way of saying things, but Kyle
says what he thinks.
Yeah, we can't.
I have no issues with that. He says what he thinks.
We can't complain about anything that happened to us. But in the process, and we want to get this out of the way before we start asking for questions, in the process, a few things have happened over COVID. So this kind of hasn't happened over the last week or two. We've been working solidly behind the scenes for 6 months, even with no money. So we have been.
Cheers.
Yeah, we've been.
This is our first class lifestyle now. I'm drinking some mineral water.
So we have been working really hard over the last 6 months, and we have.
Hi, Lorraine.
We have a few people that are working or helping us at the moment, and so that's how we got on Studio 10, and that's how we got onto the Kyle and Jackie O show. But it means that if what?
We could say we knew them when they were in motels with no food eating fudge.
I'm sure we'll be back there, Steph. Don't you worry. Yeah. That'll be the first chapter.
I never leave home without food. Oh, that's right. And I remember Manny was saying that you look like her grandma.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Hello, darling. So a few things are going to be changing, and this is going to be one of them.
Yeah. So this hasn't happened because of the Kyle and Jackie O show.
No.
This has been leading up.
Yep. So,
we just had to keep quiet for a long time.
We are going to be doing this night up until the end of October. And then something has to give, because we are really working flat out and no time for anything, and something has to go. And this is going to be replaced by a podcast. So
thank you, Veronica.
You will still hear our...
Ghost Veronica. Sorry.
We will still hear it. You will still hear our beautiful voices. It will just be a podcast
With fancy introductions and endings.
Instead of having to look at us, on a Monday or whenever it's going to be. So that's fine.
And our hope is that we will get some sponsors on board so that we can actually start to bring in some money to pay for what we do, because this is our full-time job. This is what we do. Yeah. And it doesn't pay at the moment. No. My rego's due. And insurance.
And we are working also behind the scenes on some filming stuff that hopefully by the... Stop it! Whatever that was.
All right. You need to find out who that is so you can tell whoever it's for on there.
Yeah.
Let her tap in. I'll just, while she's trying to tune into whoever has joined us from the spirit world.
It's Steph Walker. Steph Walker. My sweet Steph Walker. You just missed her. Oh, yeah, that one. Steph, who do you have who... okay, hold on. No, this is a female. Steph. Female for you. A big prod that was in Shut Up, and can you talk to Steph for me, please? So we do have...
This is not normal for the show, I'm just saying.
This is a beautiful female that I have in spirit, and she wants me to say hello to you. So can you...
Take this.
Yeah. Can you understand who that might be?
Can you give her maybe...
she's very strong at the moment, so this is not an old spirit at all. Okay, this is a spirit who hasn't been passed for too long. Oh, don't start with that. I don't want to see myself anywhere on anything.
No, we're working on a little thing. Yeah, we're working on something, Patricia. But I'd just like to say, Connor and Josh, if you're watching.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Auntie Beverly. Okay. Let me just sit with that for a minute.
So, as you know, the Q Station one that we did with what's Bianca's production company? Morning Star. Morning Star is coming out at the end of the year.
Meat pies, tomato sauce, Steph. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Meat pies, tomato sauce.
Jacqueline, thank you so much for joining our craziness. I was so well behaved on the Kyle and Jackie O show. Normally I'm very naughty.
She swore once. She got a beep.
I said dickhead. And they beeped me. Said if you're a dickhead in life and died, you come back as a dickhead. I got beeped. And Demon was the other one I got beeped on.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes. Your dad had a meat pie for lunch today. How is your dad at the moment? How's he going? Is he got a lot of stress around him? I know I'm interweaving this conversation in between
welcome.
everything else. does your dad have a lot of stress at the moment, or is he
your
not
fault.
well?
You can't help it.
Let me know, Steph. So a few things have got to change, just because we have to make way for some other things, and that's what happens when
you go on the Kyle and Jackie show. No, as I said, this has been a work in progress.
Yeah, this has been a work in progress, and this is what we have wanted to have happen. This is what we have been working hard to create. I've been at this for 10 years now. So,
here we are.
So yeah.
There it is. My mum had surgery today, so I was thinking maybe someone for her.
Well, sometimes spirit comes around just to be close to the family when things like this are going on. So certainly if your mum has had surgery, your dad has been worried about her, then someone from the spirit world is there just to sort of put their hand on my shoulder so that I can give that information that they are around. So please pass that on to your mum and on to your dad, that Auntie is around and looking after them. So they've got help from the other side at the moment, and that everything will be fine.
Yeah, so as we said, we've got a couple of little filming projects that are coming up. We can't confirm any of them yet, but they're all in the pipeline, bubbling away quite nicely. There's about 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them bubbling away. We just keep doing what we're doing and keep saying yes.
Yep.
And thank you to all those people who keep giving us the opportunity to do things, and
Thanks,
you guys for supporting us.
Yeah.
And wanting more.
And look, by the way, we couldn't have done any of this or gotten anywhere if it wasn't for all of you coming on and sharing your comments and being here week after week as we throw our nonsense to you.
Oh, Edie,
Edie, Joy.
Edie, you've accidentally given us an angry face, gorgeous. I know you wouldn't give us an angry face.
Roman wasn't built in a day, Belinda says.
Yeah, Rome, not Roman. God, Roman's my husband.
I know.
Yeah, so
and we will continue
you guys
to
have
do
made this happen.
Yes, we will continue to do Thursday night
Yep.
tarot at the
For
moment.
as long as we can.
Yep, for as long as we can. And so we will be here. Oh, coming out to home. So that was the last one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So because of us being on the Kyle and Jackie O show today, and Kyle saying, so you do this professionally and you go out to people's houses and do that. Well, sort of yes, sort of no. Renata definitely does help people with paranormal problems, and I will join her on occasions when it is warranted. But generally, she will deal with all things either with a phone call or an email. We've got about 10 people who've reached out to us from the show this morning.
Yeah.
And
they all want us over, which is great. But they all live in Sydney or beyond.
Or Melbourne.
And we just can't get there.
No.
We're
actually based in Newcastle. So we paid out of our own pockets to go and stay in Sydney for the last couple of nights to do the various things we've been doing there. And a lot of the time we can solve your issue simply by talking you through it. If you do reach out to us for help and you want our opinion,
cool,
we'll give it to you, but you might not necessarily like what we're saying. If you ring us, if you contact us and you are wanting us to confirm you have a ghost in the house and you've told everyone there's a ghost in the house and you've already made up your mind there's a ghost in the house, we are probably not the people for you, because we actually go into the house or we talk to you about alternate things that are going on or problems that you may be creating yourself. The situation with Kyle and Jackie O was very different. They asked us to do that for a segment for their show, and it sort of went a way that none of us expected. None of us were expecting that to happen.
I'm burning some intuition at the moment.
So yes, I do have dogs. We have had one lady already very angry with us because she sent us a photo of something, and look, if we're not there when the photo's taken, we can't say for sure what it is. Now, in my opinion, I looked at the photo and I just said to her, who was with you at the time? And she said, oh, it was my
Whoever.
husband, son, whatever. Right? I said, okay, do any of them smoke? And she said, she didn't answer that question, but just wanted me to say, it's a ghost. And I said, look, it's certainly very interesting, but in my honest opinion, that looks like smoke to me. And then we ended up getting a serve about, we don't know what we're talking about, and we've got no right to be on national television talking about what we were talking about. So if you just want us to prove your point, we are the wrong people for you. You will definitely find paranormal teams out there that will feed you whatever you want to know, but it might not be the truth.
That's not everyone. It's not everyone. Right? It's not everyone. And everyone is working to their strengths and to their knowledge. Yep. And so depending on who you ask, they may give you different information. You may ask 3 or 4 different teams and they will all maybe say something very, very different. And that's because everyone has been taught
their upbringing and bias.
Different things. They've learned different ways.
What TV shows they've watched.
Yeah. So it's really, really hard. The most important thing for everyone is to have peace of mind with whatever is happening. So that's the outcome that you're wanting. You're wanting to have peace of mind. So no matter who you get, that is what the outcome needs to be. It's about peace of mind.
Yeah, so people sometimes just don't want to hear the truth. They just want to be told they're right. So we will reach out to every single person that has contacted us, and we'll either talk to them via text or email, or we'll set up a Zoom meeting and we'll have a chat to them. It's unlikely we will go to your house because I think some people want to have a ghost hunting show in their house, and it's really quite confronting. Now, poor Jackie this morning, I thought was going to cry when we played that voice for her. She was quite distressed, and we wanted to reassure her that the evidence we had collected, and I can't say any of it's proof. Proof is undeniable. That is, oh, we're going out of focus. It was evidence of unproven paranormal gadgets. Of that, you know, this is what we came up, and Renata's intuition, which I am always in awe of. So, oh, thank you, Veronica. So, yeah, we will be honest, and sometimes we can be bluntly honest, and sometimes I can be naughty.
And sometimes I can get really angry and get pissed off.
Yes. So, we've learnt now that Anne takes the complaints and handles them, not Renata. She gets a grumpy old woman on.
I get my grumpy old woman on, and I go, wake up to your fucking self. No, I don't say that. No.
Reached out to your kindness was so appreciated. I did get worse news than that. Oh, I'm sorry, my love. Yeah. All right. So, Bub says sometimes, Anne, when I'm naughty. All right. So who's new? Who is new tonight? Just put a message down there saying if you're.
Thank you to so many of you that have come on the page.
Numbers have jumped up.
And have liked the page. We will be sharing so much of what happens to us as the weeks go on. So we are very happy for all of you to join the craziness that occurs. Maybe nothing happens, who knows?
Oh, well, look at all these new people coming on.
Maybe lots of things happen, and in that way,
hi, Kimberly.
You can all share in some of that.
Michael?
The thing too is that we have supporters and we have Patreons, and they pay a little bit extra to get the extra goodies that we have when we go to different places. So some of the lives may actually be cut a little bit short to just the general community now.
I'll be back.
Because these other people are paying money to get the behind the scenes and the extra information and a few extra lives from us every week and every month. So if you want to be a supporter in that way, and like we say, we're not making anyone do it. You are very, very very welcome to stay on just the normal community pages like Anne and Renata Frightfully Good. We're not going to be asking any money from you or anything like that. If you do want to support, we welcome and will treasure you for that. But in no way will we hound you or send out emails or anything like that asking you for money. So just wanted to stress that as well.
All right.
But yes, we've got some questions coming through, so how about we get stuck into that and handle those?
All right, so first off, how much do we know about the jinn? We are not experts in the jinn, and we quite will openly say that, but they do belong to a culture in the Middle Eastern culture, and I know that they have different types of jinn. We actually covered this in the paranormal investigation school. Oh, you can still join the introduction to paranormal investigation school at the Australian School of Ghost Hunting. We had our first lesson last week. There is 2 more weeks to go. You can catch up on that first week because it is recorded. It's $50 for all of the 3 weeks inclusive. Anyway, so this is a great book by the awesome Rosemary Ellen Guiley and Philip Imbrogno. The Rosemary is no longer with us, and she was a prolific writer.
Hundreds of books.
So she described the jinn. Some people will say that they're demons, demonic, but not. There's angelic, there's helpful ones, there's naughty ones, there's all different types. But she said that if you imagine molecules, like we are made up of molecules, and they're all vibrating, and that's what we are. We're a mass of these vibrating molecules, and there are spaces in between those molecules, and she described the jinn as living in the spaces between the molecules. So they're not necessarily in our time and space, but they are within this area, right? So I mean, famous jinns like genies and things like that, but I thoroughly recommend that book, The Vengeful Jinn. It was quite some time ago I was reading that. I got through that much of it before I found something else sparkly and new to read.
They are ancient, very
ancient.
old, and yes, they are really part of also an ancient culture that learned to describe some of the things that were happening to them through these entities. Just like we talk about angels and demons, they described their entities as jinn.
Welcome, Hayley. Welcome to the madness. Yes, the ovilus said the little girl's name was Veronica. Now, the ovilus is limited to the amount of words it actually has in its word bank. So it could have possibly been that was the closest word to what her name was if she was using the ovilus. But it read the environmental conditions around it, and that the spirit's supposed to be able to manipulate all those conditions, and has a mathematical equation, and that's attached to a word that speaks the word. But it was really great that when we said, "Is that your name? Please make one of the objects light up," and it did. That's when it became really interesting for me. They want to know, can you start an online psychic course, please?
Sure.
Okay, done. Thank you. I've been telling her for ages to do that. Fiona, I've watched a couple of times now. Still, that's new enough. Thanks, Fiona. How come I don't see all the comments? That's, Sharon, that's because it's actually streaming to 4 pages. My business page is Oz Paratech. I sell paranormal equipment, so that is streaming to that page. Renata's business is Newcastle Ghost Tours, and she runs the ghost tours, the majority of ghost tours throughout Newcastle and the Hunter Valley. And our ghost tours are still running. I work with Renata on those ghost tours. So if you want to do one, jump on Newcastle Ghost Tours and have a look.
And they sell out really quickly because we have very low numbers at the moment because of COVID regulations. So we are only allowed to take a maximum of 10 people on the tours at the moment. At Maitland Jail, we can take 20, but the tour group is then split into smaller groups. So We do and have
Just Erin's
started
comment.
doing tours, but they're very small numbers, and that's why they
Which is
sell
great
out really
for you
quickly.
guys.
Yeah, it's really. I love the small numbers.
Yeah,
I love the
I'm
small
enjoying
numbers.
it. I really am enjoying
We
it.
have had to put the prices up a little bit to cover our costs because of the numbers, but I prefer the small
We
numbers
lose a
too.
bit, you make a bit,
Yeah.
you pay a bit extra, we
Yeah.
lose a bit. It's sort of meet in the middle somewhere. I love this comment from Erin. Daughter's first day back at school here in Melbourne. You two ghost hunters were the talk of the playground in grades 3 to 6. Oh, I love it.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, yeah, and it is Renata's birthday today.
And empowerment of older women. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to put it out there because obviously I'm not 21 anymore. So empowerment to older women in this whole arena that we are stepping into is one of the things that we are really, really passionate about. That older women shouldn't just be locked away behind closed doors and forgotten. We have a voice. We have committed our lives to study and to learn and to be in these particular places that we choose to be in, whether it is ghost hunting, whether it be teaching, whether it be something else. And we also have a right to stand up and be a part of the community and not be pushed aside just because there are younger ones out there. And that has got nothing to do with the younger ones that are there. They certainly have a place as well. It's not about pushing one away for the sake of the other. We can be all inclusive, and allowing some of us more older ladies to be on a platform, I think is a really great idea. So yeah.
I know Christy's putting some up, but I don't think all the pages can see her comments. So I'm just going to put those 3 pages up for you to find. We're going in and out of focus tonight. It must be the ghost.
It's the
Would you believe when I said I'm new? No, Carrie. That's all right. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the links going up there, Veronica, but if you just search them. And I wasn't sure what your comment was in relation to, Philippa. If people are dismissing your comments, I hope you don't mean us on this page, but you need to learn to not worry about that. If people aren't going to take notice of it, then they're not ready to hear it. So you just have to let go. And Liam's going to go to some sort of ward.
Go to a psychic ward? Liam, can you explain?
Okay, just trying to find any questions that we've got.
What was the one that came online before?
Thank you for joining us, Sharon. I hope you sleep well, better than what we did last night. Oh, yes. So let me find the messages that came through.
While Anne is searching for that, I just want to remind you guys of the Black Dog Institute. I'm wearing their t-shirt. I am part of the Walk for Mental Health Research this October. And I do have a page that you can donate to if you so wish. My goal is 2 kilometres a day.
She's been doing it.
That may not sound much, but it is for me.
It's for us.
It is.
I watched it yesterday. We were in this place where the roads were very dark, and it went into the bush. And the motel had a gym. So we found a gym, and we could not for the life of us make the bloody treadmill work. But there was a push bike thing, so she jumped on that and rode for 3 kilometres. So I thought that was very good.
Yeah. So if you want to donate, the link will go up, and you can certainly donate. I am committed to finish the whole of October doing the 2K or more a day. And it is for the Black Dog Institute and to raise awareness of mental health, because it's so important and so many people struggle, and it is about exercise and getting a little bit of exercise to help with depression and anxiety as well. And people who suffer from mental health aren't doing it to themselves because they want to. It is certainly something that is a terrible thing to have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so this is from Kat. I have a question. I've done the glass seance with my sister when I was growing up. We were originally told they were fairies. We had a weird upbringing. You were lucky. Do you want to just quickly explain what the glass seance is?
So that would be the glass dowsing, I guess, where you have a glass on the table.
Yeah, I've got one right here. Funny that we're in the seance parlour.
So you would have a glass on the table, and you've probably seen this on TV or in movies, in old movies, old movies. And people will put their finger on the glass, and then we say, is there anyone here who would like to talk? And the glass starts to move. That sort of thing.
As we got older, we were told, no, don't do that, it's dangerous. We know what that is. Mm-hmm. We didn't listen. We would invite our school friends to join in. We only ever got low energies that just told us what we wanted to hear, and most of the time my sister and myself couldn't tell the glass what we wanted it to answer when our friends asked. Now I've got to work out what even if our fingers were not on it. Not always. Does this boy like me? Yes, tell her yes. So my question is, a lot of people go, oh no, you shouldn't do that, seances are dangerous and don't use a Ouija board, but will endorse using a pendulum. Or they're quite happy to use an angel spirit board because having an angel on it makes it so much better. Isn't it the same low energies that are talking in either case? I imagine a higher energy can come in, and I haven't done it since I was a kid, but I find a pendulum still tells me what I want to hear. How do I get the higher energies? Wow, there's a lot to unpack there.
That's a whole house.
All right.
A whole house of unpacking.
First off, when you're working with kids and they're mucking around with the Ouija boards and the glass seances and things like that, their emotional states are heightened in fear. And particularly if you're used to doing it and you're okay with it, but then you bring in your friends and they're all going, oh my God, like the year 3 to 6 that we were the topic of conversation. They will freak out. And there's a couple of things happening there that either they will start to move the glass because their fear is making them do things they might not be aware of, or you've got someone on the board that's deliberately pushing it because they think it's hilarious to watch you scream. Or that they're actually producing their own like psychokinetic energy from the fear that they're generating, and it's just going to draw in lower energies.
Plus, what sort of questions are you asking? Does my boyfriend love me? Should I buy the blue dress or the red dress? What am I going to do on the weekend? Yeah, so
and I'm guilty of this.
You've got to also look at the type of question that you're asking, and this goes for all types of devices or cards or anything that you are asking information on. It's like when I sit down to the tarot and people come to see me and they ask questions like, does my husband love me? And I actually have to push that question away and reframe it and rephrase it because that isn't appropriate for a tarot card reading. So we have to look deeper into the wiser part of understanding what is going on. What generated that question to begin with? That is a very smooth way of trying to get an answer because that can be answered with a yes or a no. But it's far more complicated than that. So we have to reverse engineer and go, why would you be thinking that in the first place? What's going on? What is happening within the relationship? What's happening within you? What's happening within your partner? What's happening in the environment? What has led to this? So we have to pull apart these two people and get into all of that before we can even get to answering that, which can come to its own logical conclusion by the time you've answered everything else. But people want it simplified. Just tell me yes or no. You cannot do that. And you have to understand that when you're going to Ouija, when you're going to glass dowsing, when you're going to all of these things, it's impossible for children to grasp that type of stuff. That's why you're getting low level energies, because you're asking low level questions. That's as simple as it is. And if you continue to ask low level questions, you will continue to get low level answers.
Also, as you said, that people have said to you, no, 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 you shouldn't do it. So they are now looking through their eyes of what they have been taught and learned over the years, the way they've been brought up. So if they've been brought up in a strict religious household where everything that was in that area was looked as taboo and dangerous and working with the devil, then without actually studying and research, those people will tell you, no, don't do it, it's dangerous. That happens a lot with the Ouija board, where people actually don't research it, don't know what it's about, and have just been told and watched Hollywood movies that it's a dangerous devil thing, don't touch it, because look at all these stories that have happened. And I've looked into a lot of those stories, and there's been some sort of drugs involved in it, or teenagers at a party that have got drunk, and mental health.
And yeah, and Kat, what you're saying there is, I used to tell it in my head what to answer.
That is a problem as well.
Is that you're not actually allowing any spirit to come in and to work through you to help give you an answer. You're still using your own energy and your own self to create the answer that you are searching for, and to just step away or step aside so that either your higher self, your subconscious mind, your spirit team, your spirit guide can angels, come through whatever. And have that moment where they can help and assist, is a little bit of a process. And it is that process of trust that who you are asking for, from the goodness of your heart to come through, is the energy that is going to come through for you. So in all of this, the basis is to learn to trust yourself, that you are asking for the right energies to come through. It's like, I don't know, developing a good friendship. You have to trust the people that are in your inner circle, but they also have to trust you. So if you continue to ask for your spirit team to come in and answer questions, but you go and do the opposite,
or don't do
ask it again,
Guilty.
And then ask again,
Guilty.
And then ask again, then they'll just go, oh, stuff this is way too hard.
Let's go work with someone who'll actually do it, that we're advising them.
But again, these are all processes, and this is what a spiritual journey is all about. You can't be handed it on a plate,
go work for
and it isn't just in one book read. This is a process that takes a long time to get your head around, so that you can develop trust, and that you can be trustworthy, and that you know and sense the feeling between right and wrong. Yeah, when it's right and when it's wrong.
Okay. Watch all the investigation shows on Foxtel. Yeah, we all started there. I understand how they work. What I mean, do you advise on anything like spiritual attachment?
Yes, we do advise. We would have to get far more.
Are we ready?
We need information.
Why do you think you've got an attachment?
We need lots of information from you. And because there is a reason why there may be a belief that that is happening for you. And in no way, shape or form do we ever feel that when someone approaches us with a sense and feeling about something going on, do we go, oh, they're all making it up in their head.
We will listen.
Never. We will
Always listen.
But this is this process of working things out on why you may believe that something like that is going on. And there are ways of assisting. But it's not easy, okay? So it's not a smudge stick, and it's not easy. It's not easy.
Carrie was in the shower a few weeks ago. It's about time you had another one, Carrie. Sorry, I had to do that. She heard a female voice whisper, "I'm sorry. How can I find out who is speaking to me?"
Ask.
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 Meditate and ask them to come
Yeah.
through a dream or something like that.
Yeah. Ask. Keep asking, and hopefully that person who said "I'm sorry" will give you some more information. Also, go into your own memory and think about who it might be who is approaching you with that statement. Obviously, it's someone that's passed over who hasn't been able to say sorry to you. What did someone do and you couldn't forgive them, or that part of the healing process was never done. So you have to ask those questions.
And it could be a living person projecting the thought as well. It's
Absolutely.
not necessarily a dead person.
Yeah, that's true.
Julia, I don't ask questions at readings, I just listen. I've been told I have loud spirits around me. What does that mean? It's overwhelmed a few of my readers. I'll let you answer that because you're the reader.
Jesus. Well, I read differently. I ask people to ask lots of questions because that's how I work with the tarot. I ask them, why are you here? What do you want to know? Let's delve deeply down into those questions. So I do read quite differently to others. Now, if you think that might be cold reading, that's fine. I get my answers from the cards as I draw them with respect to the questions that you ask. So it is, and some people say, oh, well, that's just a counselling session. So be it.
That's normally what people are there for.
That's how I use tarot. Tarot is the device that is there to assist you with clarity for your problems and issues.
So really, if they want to know about their future, they should be looking at a psychic reader who can look into the future. If you want help with problems that you're struggling with at the moment, then someone like Renata is the person you would go to. Erin, I just wanted to clear up something there that you've had spiritual teachers say that they attract lower energies. Renata and I work with Ouija boards and glass dowsing quite often, but we set our intentions that we're going to work with the higher beings and that we want to have teachers to teach us and show us.
And if we get crap, we just stop.
We stop.
And we just go, it's not working.
And normally it's because our mind is not in the right frame when that happens.
It's not working.
But we've had astounding information. Watch one of our videos, The World's Largest Ghost Hunt, which is only a couple of weeks ago.
So if you're feeling that information isn't coming through, just stop. Put the board away.
You are in control. Always you are in control. Don't ever think, oh my God, there's something on the board. What happens if I let it loose? And that means you are not in a strong state of mind to work the board. You shouldn't be working at it if you're going to show fear. It's like working with animals. If you show fear, then you're going to attract those lower energies. So you go in strong and setting your intentions. Michael, yes, I do. I suggest people research the equipment, understand how it works and what is coming through, and the fact that not everything that comes through equipment is paranormal and ghosts talking to you. We have had issues with people listening to apps and spirit boxes saying, oh, the ghosts are talking to me all the time, I must have an attachment. No, they're just hearing radio. What you've got to listen for is intelligent communication that is answering the questions, and this is why we use headphones. Renata will listen to it and she calls out what she hears, and I'm asking questions. She can't hear my questions. So if she starts to answer me intelligently, then we've got something happening, which is what happened with Kyle and Jackie O's houses. We had intelligent responses, very intelligent responses to what was going on.
Just go to Heather for a minute. Don't you think as a reader or paranormal researcher you end up taking many roles? You end up taking many roles. Yes.
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 And that is why you need to study many roles. So under our belt, or under my belt, I have a counselling diploma. We have researched ghost hunting or paranormal investigation. We have done some parapsychology. We've also done some trauma counselling, or I've done some trauma counselling. I'm also a reader. I'm also a Reiki healer. I'm also a spiritual life coach. So, and
I'm just here for shits and giggles.
I've also studied
No.
meditation and mindfulness. And that goes on. That whole process of learning continues every day.
Yep.
So there are many, many different roles that we should and need to take on to do our work properly.
And I have done the diploma of scrying, diploma of ancient magic. There's another diploma that I've done. I've done all these through the Centre of Excellence, which I actually have had to undertake assignments which are marked and graded. And I am also a qualified high school teacher, so I am a qualified teacher, and in that I have done psychology and some counselling work as well. So we do have quite a bit under our belts. Anyway, enough about us.
Okay, Danielle. Okay, this whole sage issue is an issue.
I don't mind the sage issue. She's worried about the cultural appropriation of sage. I think it's a positive action people can take to do something for themselves that is easily accessible.
It's like everything else, though. I love these. Do you like these sessions where we can argue? This is really good. Because it's like everything else. People grab something, they don't particularly understand what it is all about, and they want a result from it without any background understanding. So you have to understand why you are using a particular thing, where it comes from, what the background.
You've seen it used on TV,
yeah,
and
it's
it looks
not
fabulous.
enough. And then they go, it doesn't fucking work.
Because
of course it doesn't fucking work, because you don't know what you're fucking doing.
They've got to have a belief. Whatever you do, you could walk around with, I don't know, a cigarette and waft it and say, I clear the house of this energy.
If you use just tobacco,
it doesn't
use. If you used a rollie, it would be fabulous. Because tobacco is really good as a cleanser. Okay, sorry.
Yes, President Trump. So, it's the action of what you are doing and your intention that matters, not the actual thing you are using. So if you want to, you can go into the room and just imagine that it's brilliant white light pushing out all the negativity out, and you just say in your head, I cleanse this area of all negativity, I banish it, and I fill it with light and love. The one thing I have, it rings true to me over the years, is that if you clear an area of something negative or whatever, you need to fill it with something again. If you leave it as a void, it's just going to suck in whatever's around it. So you fill it with your essence. Put music on, dance, sing, laugh, have people over, but fill it with your essence.
Carrie, Anne is the good-looking one. Excuse me.
She's my friend.
What am I?
Chopped liver.
Chopped liver? Sitting here? I could take offence to that. But I won't. And with regard to cleansing and clearing and everything, a one-off is a good start. But think about it as your own personal hygiene. As you would shower every day and clear yourself off from the day of work, think about also doing clearing or cleansings more often, even if it is just a little prayer that you do.
I forgot what I was going to say. Don't stress. Carrie is a very good friend of mine, and she's just pulling legs there. That's all right. Chris, I've read that paranormal activity peaks around 3 a.m. and waking up around then can mean a spirit is trying to get in contact with you, or someone who seems to be always startled awake between 2:40 and 3:20. I'm curious about this. How true is it, or is it just nonsense? It's 3:20 a.m. here now. I'm suddenly woken up about 40 minutes ago. It's because you had to watch us.
I know, right?
The spirit's waking you up to watch us.
You have to be careful what you read. And you'll probably find that many books are quite repetitive on particular subjects.
They all copy each other.
And they all copy each other. There is no known proof of 3 o'clock being the witching hour, and that's where this comes from. There are people who believe the witching hour is midnight, and there are people who believe that the witching hour is 3 o'clock, and that is when most paranormal activity occurs. It's probably a bit of a furphy.
I was just about to come to your question, Leslie. And look, what it is that time of the morning, it's very still and you can hear it. But if you keep telling yourself this, then you are going to program your brain to wake up at that time, Chris.
Yeah.
Can a spirit board that is never used and has no planchette still be active or create bad mojo in the house? It's just a piece of wood.
Yep.
It's the intention of the people using it.
Yeah.
If you're worried about it, stick it out in the sun or the moonlight, and just you cleanse it yourself, saying I clear it of all the energies that have been before, and I now use it with good intentions with only the highest purpose. Look, Maya thinks we're both beautiful inside and out.
Thank you, Maya.
She must have seen the insides of my bowels this morning.
Thank you for my card too, Maya. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it was hilarious. She got it on her birthday and you'd crossed out happy birthday. And it actually was her birthday. I thought that was amazing.
Well done.
Actually, Deanne, we had experiences at Monte Cristo. I actually have a photo that I can't explain from there.
Patricia Gibson.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, gorgeous. Hunters Hill Post Office, 1866.
Love to come.
Yeah, we'll come.
Absolutely love to come.
Send us a private message. Next time we're in Sydney, we'll come and have a cup of tea. We love old buildings. We're just really drawn to them. Here we're saying, no, we're going to do everything by Zoom, but that's a visit to a historical location. What's this one? Did you create a new page? I just saw I wasn't following. I hadn't liked the page anymore unless someone hacked my page. No, there's a bit of stuff going on at the moment. We had created a frightfully good paranormal spiritual community, and then the guys who are now looking after us, because we can't organise ourselves, so we've got a team that now looks after us, started an Anne and Renata page, and then we realised that it was just twice as much work. So we changed Frightfully Good to Frightfully Good Anne and Renata, and we've changed Anne and Renata to Anne and Renata Frightfully Good, and we're in the process of merging those two pages. So eventually it will come down to one page. Don't worry, none of you will be lost. You will all still be there. But it's just one less page that we're trying to cover.
We've just got so many things that we're trying to do, and we do everything ourselves, and this is really hard. It's really hard.
Oh wow, Andrew, that's really cool.
Oh no! Oh wow, that's great, Andrew.
Yeah, love old buildings.
Donna says her witching hour is when she's trying to get the kids ready for bed. Yep.
Carly, what it is with clips is when we play them, our ears have been listening to like this level of speech now, and it comes in really quickly, and if they've got the EVP right at the beginning of the clip, your ears don't adjust to be able to hear it in time, and by the time your brain's registered it, it's already gone past. So they just clipped it a little short, their production team not knowing they should have just put a couple of seconds to allow our ears to adjust to the sound to be able to hear all of it.
We've got a Femskid. Who's Femskid?
Text Hacker Michael. He helped me with $4,000 in my Cash App. Oh, this seems legit, people.
Yes.
Oh, we love a scammer.
Love a
Hi, Femskid. That's a
great name.
That's a great name. Nobody would ever be suspicious of that.
And to text Hacker Michael, who would think?
Oh no, I feel that this person is, totally legit.
I know. He's love and light. It's love and light all over him.
Oh look, he's on again. Oh, Eddie Joy White. All you have to do is text Hacker Michael.
Hacker Michael
with help from $4,000 in my Cash App successfully. You're going to pay them $4,000, Eddie Joy White. Edie, sorry, not Eddie. Edie, fancy that. That's $8,000 they've made in just a couple of seconds. Is there anyone else you're going to scam?
Yeah, that's just amazing. Everyone. Oh, there's Turtle Boy. Who is Turtle Boy? Trisha Turtle.
Where's Trisha?
Here's the next one. Femskid's on again.
Trisha Turtle.
Femskid.
Yeah, no.
Kiss off, please.
No, excuse, if there's any kiddies listening, just block your ears just for a second. Femskid boy, fuck off. May your armpits be infested with fleas and your pubes infested with nits for an eternity. You are blocked
you're going really down,
okay.
Femskid.
Block user.
Yep. So please watch the scammers, guys.
Yeah, they get on this show all the time and they try to scam money, and it's so blatantly obvious. Just watch out for
Hacker Michael, for God's sake.
Somebody needs to coach this person on how to scam people with a little less subtle name. Far out.
Femskid.
It sounds like a feminine hygiene product that cleans up your skiddy marks in your knickers. There we go. We've got Christy saying, "Take my money now."
Oh dear.
Sorry, what was this?
Trish, you missed it.
Hi, Trish.
You missed Femskid, Trisha.
Oh, never mind.
You'll have to go back. You'll have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah. Subtle as a sledgehammer. That's what I reckon, Steph. All right, well, guess what? It's time. We've gone on for an hour.
I know, right?
Are you enjoying the question and answer thing? Can we just keep doing that for a couple of more weeks rather than being organised? Because I don't know where we're going to be next Monday. Oh, look, Veronica said that her first hacker was a false Hugh Jackman. Oh, best half hour of your life. Just imagining, Oh, Hugh likes me. Hugh's noticed me. I'm just going to put a prediction out there. Hugh Jackman's going to be our friend. Can we come and investigate your place, Hugh?
It will be. As long as it's not the false one. Oh, gosh.
All right, so, so be aware, don't answer. We will not send you a message saying private message you for a private reading or anything like that. We will not do that. That is something that's just really gross. We will be back on Thursday night. Oh, what have we got? If you want to join the Australian School of Ghost Hunting and do our Introduction to Paranormal Investigator course, head over there now. The information and the links are there. If you want to... Oh, what have we got Wednesday night?
I don't know.
Don't we have Fiona?
Oh, Fiona Horn.
We're interviewing Fiona Horn on one of our other pages, Spirit Talk Australia Radio.
Yep. We have the beautiful Fiona Horn, who's been around forever.
And she doesn't look it. She still looks whatever her magic
fabulous.
is, it's working fabulously. We have a sigil magic workshop on Saturday morning from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. And she actually has a couple of scholarships available for people who might be doing it tough during COVID. So you can find that link. Where is that one?
It is on Spirit Talk Australia, and it is on Magical Solutions. And
it should be on here too.
It is on, it's going to be on everywhere.
But this is a lady from America who her work is just awesome. But you have to attend. It's not going to be recorded, so you have to be there at 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. to attend the class. So if you need help, message her, Laura Tempest Zakroff. Laura Tempest Zakroff, her name is.
She's doing a special Zoom just
Australian,
for us in Australia.
Yeah. And then we'll be back on Thursday night for our tarot show. For all our new people, we do a tarot show live readings. We just crack out as many readings as we possibly can in 1 hour. We are blunt, we are rude, we are naughty, and we have a lot of giggles, especially if I'm in a mood.
And if you want to interact, you have to come.
Yeah, don't send us a private message. We won't see it. It's only people who ask, and we randomly pick it. The spirits draw us.
So Veronica, just remember, it is our 8:30
Sydney time. 8:30 Sydney time.
8:30 Sydney time. So you will be an hour back, and the same thing for Fiona. She's in Western Australia at the moment as well. So it's
Thank you, Craig.
Our 7:30 and whatever time it is in Western Australia.
And a big hello to Apple K Rumble and her better half and all the kids who in the middle of, was it my house, have gone, Anne, we've got a star in the shop. Oh my God, it's Anne. I've gone, hi.
Okay, just for Joe, who is asking what a sigil is a magical marking. It is something that is created as a form of empowerment. And so it's a beautiful piece of artwork, but it can also create a focus point of energy, and you can work with those. So we actually do a whole sort of formal ritual with regard to creating this particular power sigil that you create. And Laura does some beautiful artwork, and she'll show you how to do one to help you with whatever you want to bring into your life.
So look, that's some examples of some sigils there that you can see, and she'll explain to you how they're created and the symbolism and the. I had a candle that I have put a sigil on, which I'm burning here, and
all hell's broken loose.
Woohoo! It's actually the second candle. I was a little scared to light the second candle after what happened with the first candle, with the intentions coming true left, right, and centre. Holy moly!
Yes, I will be, Jodie. I'll be at Witch and Willow on Wednesday and Thursday.
And you can book Renata for a private reading at luckypsychic.com.
All Wednesdays and Thursdays at Witch and Willow, and in the new year at Spells and Spirits at Morpeth.
Anyway, we need to get off. We've been on for far too long. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us and saying all the lovely things you have said, and for all Renata's birthday wishes, because she's not going to thank you.
Tricia, I love spells. I love them. I love them.
Yeah, spells are just a way of focusing your intention to bring to you what you want in the world, as long as it's for the higher good. All right. See you, everyone. Thank you for all the new people. Love you all.
See you on the dark side.
Bye.